Kelly Ripa once said, I like what it does for my mind. If I've had a bad day, if I'm feeling stressed out, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, it takes it all away. It's my antidote for everything. If I feel any sort of emotional upheaval, I go for a jog and I feel better. Running has amazing benefits to health, both physical health and mental health. Running is known to improve health and actually increase life expectancy. Along with the physical perks of running, it also is amazing for your mental health. Um, Running regularly can help everyone have a healthier lifestyle, and it can reduce obesity rates because cardio is one of the quickest ways for somebody to lose weight. I have been a runner for a long time, and I've been a healthy young adult because of it. There are studies to prove the health and mental health benefits to consistent running and cardiovascular exercises. Today, I will cover the benefits of running and other cardiovascular exercises and the effect it can have on a person's health. It is well known that running causes a person to become healthier and lose weight, but it has also been known to make people happier overall. These two can add up to increase the average life expectancy, allowing people to live longer. The first point I would like to share is that of my own experience. I have run cross country and track for 7 years since 6th grade, and I've ran several 5Ks, which is 5,000 meters, and even a half marathon, which is 13 miles. And I do not plan on quitting anytime soon. I have made so many friends by becoming a runner. I have also learned a lot about how to run and how to run quickly, but also how to push through pain to reach my goals. Running has become a big part of my life, one that I want to stick with me forever. It has become my sport, and I've grown a passion for it. When I start running, I like to push myself to see either how far I can run, how quickly I can run, or some combination of the two. It has caused me to reach some personal goals that I would never have thought I would achieve. It also allows me to live a healthier lifestyle and gives me a good amount of exercise because I do not do a lot of weightlifting training. I am not the biggest kind of person. In fact, I'm actually quite skinny. And that is usually a quality of being a good runner. It is the biggest form of exercise I have in my life because I do not do a lot of weightlifting, and that could be a reason why I'm so passionate about it and why I've become a very avid runner. It also improves my mental health because it helps me think differently than I normally do, probably because I'm so exhausted from running, but still helps me think differently. It helps me feel very capable and quick, and allows me to do something that I really enjoy doing, which is competing. I'm a very competitive person, and when it comes to running, it helps me feel faster than the other people around me. That competitive spirit allows me to run faster and faster and reach the goals that I want to. This really raises my spirits and my self-confidence. Is the thing that probably raises my confidence the most and makes me feel the best about myself. Running also gives me time to relax, both physically and mentally, because it distances me from the problems and worries I have in my life. It gives me time to think about the different events that I have going on and to run through decisions in my head and to think of the consequences of the choices that I can make. It really helps me mentally as one of the places I turn to when I need to think through a problem. Now that we've covered a bit of my life's personal story, let's look at the science behind running. There are many places that have researched what running does for the body, for both the physical benefits and also the mental benefits from consistent running. First, I'll explain the physical benefits from cardiovascular exercises. Cardiovascular exercises help build strong bones, strengthen muscles, and maintain a healthy weight. It causes bones and muscles to increase by strength by being used, and when the muscles and bones are used, they build back stronger. It also maintains a healthy weight by burning a lot of fat, which reduces weight. The Australian government has also proven that running causes stronger resistance to many diseases, to improve mental health, and to increase self-confidence. I shared on how it personally improves my self-confidence and mental health, but it also says that it increases the overall quality of life as a person. Dr. David J. Linden, who is a professor of neuroscience at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, explains and defines the science behind the change that running has on the brain. On hopkinsmedicine.org, Dr. Linden explains that when you hit your stride, the human body releases endocannabinoids. This chemical has a similar effect to cannabis, but is produced naturally in our bodies. There are also long-term effects of running consistently, along with these short-term ones. Running causes the growth of new blood vessels and can even produce new brain cells through neurogenesis, explains Dr. Linden. Those extra brain cells can improve mental capabilities and reduce cognitive decline. It also blunts the brain's response to physical and emotional stress, so it makes you less stressed, and also improves memory and learning, a working improvement in working memory, and the ability to have an elevated mood, so it just makes you happier overall. Now that we've learned some of the logistics behind the benefits of running, let's look at some other stories of people who have benefited from the habit of running. First off, I would like to start with a story of a girl named Robin. Robin Arzen was just a normal, average citizen in a Manhattan wine bar when a gunman walked in and took the 40 other people in there as hostages. Arzen was chosen out of all of them to be the communicator to the outside world. The situation lasted around 3 hours, and near the end, the gunman doused everyone with kerosene and threatened to burn them. While Arzen was communicating with the authorities on the phone with the gunman with her, two brave volunteers from the wine bar stood up and fought the gunman for a bit, which allowed police to come in and disarm the gunman. After the incident, she graduated with a law degree from Villanova School of Law, but she still felt that something was missing, and that is where she found running. Eventually, her passion for running led her to pursue a career in fitness, and she became a Peloton instructor and ran a few marathons. Then she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and even though she was diagnosed with diabetes, that didn't stop her in her training, and she has actually found strength in her disease to push her harder, and it has caused her to become very successful. The next story is that of Carol, who knew several runners but had never before taken up the exercise. She struggled with depression and obesity. She had one friend who was a very avid runner who would invite her to go on runs and to run races with her, but she would always decline. Her excuse was that she was, quote, too big. Her story did not end up being anything crazy, but one morning, after thinking about her friend's invitation, she decided that she needed to get out of bed and to run 2 miles that day. She didn't end up running the whole 2 miles. She had to walk for a bit of it, but she finished the 2 miles. She continued the habit, and every day she would be able to make it further and further without walking. Eventually, her habit progressed enough to where she was running races like her friend. She ran many races and even ran a 20-miler. She watched runners finish at that race and noticed that the runners running the furthest seemed the happiest out of the bunch, and specifically noticed their smiles. That caused Carol to want to chase that happiness, and now she says that any race under 20 hours is too short. It's a little far for me, myself, but the point stands. The thing that really stood out to me about her story is the part where she willed herself to start the habit and didn't decide to quit even though it was hard. There's a lot of evidence behind the benefits of running, both scientific results and through stories of people who have found that passion. Today I've covered the positive consequences of running consistently through my own personal experience and through the science behind cardiovascular exercise and through stories of very successful runners. I would like to agree with Kelly Ripa that running helps me feel better no matter the kind of issue that I'm having. It is a release that helps me deal with my problems. It does wonders for my mind, just like hers. I'm going to finish with a quote from my cross-country coach. If this was easy, then everyone would do it.